Welcome back to Talk for Impact, where we connect big ideas with big hearts. And this is episode 8, The Role of AI in Modern Business. I'm your host, Yaya, and joining me today is Caroline.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
So, artificial intelligence, it feels like it's everywhere now, but let's be honest, it can seem a bit overwhelming. We're going to try and cut through that today.
Exactly. Forget the far-off future stuff for a moment. AI is already fundamentally reshaping how businesses work right now.
And that's what this deep dive is all about. We've gathered a whole stack of info, and our mission is to really pull out the core insights for you.
Yeah, we want to look at how it's hitting operations, marketing, growth strategies, pretty much everything. The aim is clarity, maybe some surprising facts, and definitely some actionable understanding. No jargon overload, hopefully.
Okay, let's start with the basics then, just briefly. When we say AI in a business sense, what are we really talking about?
Sure. At its core, it's about computer systems doing tasks that, well, normally need human intelligence. Things like learning, reasoning, understanding language.
Even seeing, like interpreting images.
Exactly. Learning, problem solving, language, vision, those kinds of things.
Got it. And what are the key pieces of tech behind that? You hear terms thrown around like machine learning.
Right. Machine learning is a huge one. That's where systems learn from data.
Yeah.
Lots of data. They spot patterns, make predictions. It's like learning by example, but supercharged.
Okay. Learning from data. What else?
Then there's natural language processing, NLP. That's how machines understand and even generate human language. Think chatbots, translation tools.
Makes sense.
And computer vision, which you mentioned. That's the seeing part, analyzing images, videos, really important for lots of applications.
Okay, so machine learning, NLP, computer vision, those are the engines. Now let's get practical. How is this stuff actually changing day-to-day business operations?
Well, one of the most obvious places is automating routine tasks. Think about customer service, for instance. Yep. AI-powered chatbots are getting really sophisticated. They can handle a ton of customer queries 200/7 instantly. That frees up human agents for the really tricky stuff.
So it's not just cutting costs, it's potentially better service too. Always available.
Exactly. It improves the customer experience. And it's not just customer service. Think about manufacturing.
Okay, how so?
Predictive maintenance is a big one there. Instead of just fixing things when they break or on a rigid schedule,
Right.
sensors on equipment gather data constantly. AI analyzes that data and can actually predict when a machine might fail before it happens.
Ah, so you fix it proactively. That must save a lot of money and downtime.
Huge efficiency gains, less costly downtime, smarter maintenance spending. It moves things from being reactive to proactive.
And I guess that logic applies beyond the factory floor, like managing inventory and deliveries.
Absolutely. Supply chain optimization is another massive area. AI algorithms can look at, well, everything. Demand changes, shipping routes, warehouse stock, potential delays.
All in real time.
Pretty much. And they adjust things dynamically. Inventory levels, truck routes, you name it. It makes the whole supply chain leaner, faster, more resilient to disruption. It's about anticipating issues.
Okay, so the behind-the-scenes stuff is getting much smarter, much more efficient. Let's switch gears a bit. How is AI impacting the way businesses actually interact with customers? Marketing, sales, that side of things.
Oh, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Personalized recommendations are a prime example. You know, when you're shopping online.
Yeah, the you might also like section.
Exactly. That's AI analyzing your past purchases, what you've browsed, maybe even what you're clicking on right now, to suggest things you're probably going to want.
And does it actually work? Does it lead to more sales?
Significantly. For some big e-commerce players, those recommendations can drive like 30% or even more of their revenue. It's like having a personal shopper for every single customer at scale.
30%. Wow. Okay, that's huge. What else in marketing and sales?
Dynamic pricing. Airlines and ride-sharing apps have been doing this for a while, right?
Right? Prices change all the time.
That's often AI. It looks at demand, competitor prices, time of day, maybe even local events, and adjusts the price constantly to maximize revenue. It's incredibly precise.
So the price itself becomes intelligent, responding instantly to the market. Is AI also creating the marketing messages?
It is, increasingly. There are AI tools now that can draft social media posts, suggest email subject lines that are likely to get opened, even write initial versions of ad copy or blog posts.
Really? Like write a whole blog post?
Maybe not the final polished version yet, but it can generate a solid draft, handle different tones. It speeds up content creation massively, letting marketing teams focus more on strategy.
Like an AI assistant for the marketing team. Because we got operations humming, marketing getting personalized, all this generates a ton of data. How is AI helping businesses actually use that data to make better decisions?
This is really the strategic sweet spot. Advanced analytics using machine learning. It can sift through enormous data sets and find patterns humans would just never spot.
Like what kind of pattern?
Identifying completely new customer segments, for example, or understanding the real drivers behind why people buy something. Not just assumptions, but data-backed insights. That leads to much smarter targeting.
So getting beyond guesswork.
Exactly. And then there are the AI-powered dashboards and reporting tools. They don't just show you what happened yesterday. They give you real-time KPIs, visualizations, and even predictive forecasts.
So managers can see what's happening now and what might happen next.
Right. It helps leaders make quicker, more informed decisions, moving from looking backwards to looking forwards.
And is this data-driven decision-making used beyond just sales and marketing?
Oh, definitely. Risk management is a big one. Financial institutions, for instance, use AI to scan through millions of transactions.
Looking for fraud.
Yes, looking for those tiny, subtle patterns that might indicate fraud, often much earlier than older methods could catch it. It prevents losses and improves security for everyone.
Like a super smart early warning system. These applications sound powerful. Can you give us some concrete real-world examples of companies doing this well?
Sure. Netflix is a classic. Everyone knows their recommendations, right?
Yeah, they seem to know what I want to watch before I do.
Well, their machine learning goes deeper. It personalizes the thumbnails, the little pictures for the shows, based on what they think will appeal most to you specifically.
Seriously, they change the pictures.
They do. And this level of personalization has apparently cut down the number of people canceling their subscriptions churn by over 20%. That's a direct hit to the bottom line.
20% reduction in churn just from smarter recommendations and pictures. That's incredible.
Huh.
Okay, who else?
How about Starbucks? They have an AI platform they call Deep Brew.
Deep Brew. Okay. What does it do?
It analyzes tons of data loyalty card usage, what's selling well in which stores, even local weather or events. It uses that to send personalized offers to people through the app.
So trying to tempt me in for a specific drink.
Exactly. But it also does things like optimize staffing levels in the stores. It predicts how busy a store will be and helps schedule the right number of baristas.
That's smart. Hitting both customer engagement and operational efficiency. What about fields needing, like, deep expert knowledge? Medicine, maybe?
Yeah, IBM Watson Health is a fascinating example there. It's designed to help doctors. It can process and understand vast amounts of medical research, journals, patient records.
Way more than a human doctor could read.
Exactly. And it surfaces potential insights, connections, or relevant studies that might help with a diagnosis or planning a treatment. It's about augmenting the doctor's expertise.
Augmenting, not replacing. That's a key theme. Okay, these examples really show the impact, but it can't all be smooth sailing. What are the common traps businesses fall into when trying to adopt AI?
Oh, definitely pitfalls exist. One of the biggest, honestly, is data quality. It's the old saying, garbage in, garbage out.
Right. The AI is only as good as the data it learns from.
Precisely. If your data is messy, incomplete, biased, the AI's output will be unreliable, maybe even harmful. You have to invest in clean, well-structured data first. It's foundational.
Makes sense. What's another common mistake?
Trying to boil the ocean on day one. Launching massive, super complex AI projects right away.
Over-engineering it.
Kind of. It's often much better to start small. Pick a specific problem, run a pilot project, prove the value of your ROI, get a quick win. That builds confidence and experience before you try to scale up massively.
Start small, prove it, then grow. Sensible. What about finding people who know how to do this stuff? The talent gap we hear about.
That's a real challenge, no doubt. There aren't enough AI specialists to go around, but there are ways to cope.
Right.
Leveraging no-code or low-code AI platforms is one way. These tools let people without deep programming skills build and use certain AI applications.
So empowering existing staff.
Exactly. And also investing in training. Upskilling your current teams on specific AI tools and techniques can really help bridge that gap from within. It's not just about hiring PhDs.
Okay, so focusing on data, starting small, and finding ways to build internal skills. Good advice. Now, for listeners thinking, okay, I'm interested, where do I even begin? What are, say, 5 concrete steps to get started?
All right, 5 steps. First, identify high-impact use cases. Where are your biggest pain points right now? Is it customer service response times, inaccurate sales forecasts, content creation bottlenecks? Find specific problems AI could potentially solve and deliver real value.
Focus on the problems first, not the tech. Okay, step 1. What's 2?
Step 2, audit your data. Seriously look at what data you have, where it lives, what shape it's in, is it accessible, is it clean? You need to understand your data landscape before you do anything else. Data readiness is key.
Know your data.
Got it.
Step 3.
Choose the right tools. There's a huge range out there from, powerful open source libraries like TensorFlow or PyTorch, which need real tech expertise, all the way to user-friendly cloud platforms from Google, Microsoft Azure, AWS, or specialized SaaS tools like Salesforce, Einstein. Pick what fits your needs and your team's skills.
So match the tool to the job and the team. Makes sense. Number 4.
Run a pilot project. Take one of those use cases you identified, pick your tool, and launch a small proof of concept. Give it a fixed time frame, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. And crucially, define upfront how you'll measure success. What specific outcome are you looking for?
Test the waters. Prove it works on a small scale.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and the 5th step.
Step 5 is about scaling and governance. Once your pilots start showing promise, you need a plan to scale up thoughtfully. But just as importantly, you need rules. Establish ethical guidelines for how AI is used, set up processes for ongoing monitoring, is the AI still performing well, and plan for regular retraining of your models so they don't get stale.
Right, so it's not set it and forget it. It needs ongoing care and responsible oversight. That's a great roadmap. To give this some more weight, are there any big thinkers in AI whose views really capture the moment?
Absolutely. Andrew Ng, who founded Coursera and is a big name in AI, has this famous quote, "AI is the new electricity."
The new electricity. Wow.
Yeah, his point is that it's going to become just as fundamental, just as transformative for every industry as electricity was. If you don't adopt it, you risk getting left behind.
That really frames it as essential, not optional. Who else?
Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, he said, every business will become an AI business. Again, emphasizing that this isn't just for tech companies, it's going to be woven into the fabric of all businesses.
The integration is inevitable, basically.
That's the idea. And one more, Fei-Fei Lei from Stanford, a leading AI researcher. She often talks about the need to democratize AI.
Democratize, meaning make it more accessible.
Exactly, making the tools and benefits available more broadly, but also stressing the vital importance of ethical development and use. Responsibility is key.
Accessibility and ethics. Crucial points as this becomes more powerful. Okay, let's try and pull this all together. What are the absolute key takeaways from this deep dive on AI in business?
I think the main things are, 1, AI offers real, tangible benefits, now automating tasks, making marketing way more effective through personalization, and driving much smarter decisions with data.
Okay, clear benefits.
2, the path to success isn't usually a giant leap. It's about starting smart, small pilots, measuring the results carefully, and then scaling up strategically based on what actually works for your business.
Start small, measure, scale.
And 3, remember the crucial surrounding factors. Data quality is non-negotiable. Ethical considerations have to be front and center. And you need to think about getting your team ready, whether through hiring or training.
So it's technology plus strategy plus people plus ethics.
That sums it up pretty well. Leverage the platforms and best practices that are out there, focus on those key areas, and you've got a much better shot at making AI work for you.
This has been incredibly insightful, really clarified how AI is changing the business landscape right now. Thanks so much for breaking it down.
My pleasure. It's a fascinating area, moving so fast. Hopefully this gives everyone a solid footing.
Absolutely. And that brings us towards the end of this deep dive.
Yeah, and maybe leaves you, our listener, with something to think about. As AI keeps evolving at this incredible speed, how is its integration going to redefine not just how businesses operate, but maybe the very nature of work itself, and how companies connect with customers in the coming years? It's a big question.
A very big question indeed. Join me next time for episode 9, Customer Service and Retention Strategies, where we'll explore how to keep your customers coming back for more.
Looking forward to that one.
Until then, stay smart, stay intentional, and keep making an impact. Buy smart. Buy Talk 4 Impact merchandise.